One. Here we go!
Good day, viewers, and welcome back to yet another edition of We Talk Namibia. I'm, of course, Precious Napo, your host and presenter for the show. So, in today's edition of We Talk, for our We Interview segment, we are going to speak to Naneni Ipito, who is a Swakopmund-born singer. She's actually 7 years old and recently created a song in regards to internet danger for safer internet measures. I think it's something that is very interesting, and I can't wait to hear from her. As for our We Recommend, we have that coming up as well as our We Chill segment that is going to guide us through the weekend. But before we get into all of that, let's stop by our news edition. Welcome back, and in today's news edition we have a look at a request for more youth soccer tournaments. As Namibian youth, we are thankful for the opportunity to play the game we love. These were the words of Bishita Kayeka, the captain of the Athletic Club Football Academy. The newly crowned champions of the Bank Windhoek Ramblers Under-21 Soccer Tournament, ACFA, were crowned champions over the weekend when the tournament ended. After the remaining four teams, Kaiden Football Academy, Kasauna and Swallows battled for the 2023 championship title. Bank Windhoek should spread out this tournament all over Namibia because talent needs exposure. It would make a huge difference in the youth lives, says Kayeka. ACFA's winning coach, Nikki Gavasep, noted that the tournament is what the Namibian youth needs for growth in soccer. We like to have something like this for the younger boys to give them more game time. The tournament helps the under-20 boys to improve their soccer more, he said. Asked how they defeated the defending champions Kasauna and route to the finals, Gavesep said that his team had to switch to tactics, because Kasauna was playing a pressing game and they were a bit physical. He added that his plan after the tournament is to grow in his coaching career. Kayeka said that together with his team, they will now enjoy the win and prepare for the pre-season. We are hoping to get call-ups from Premier League senior teams. The tournament was all about trying to get us into the national team, he said. As for his ultimate dream, Kayeka wants to play for Liverpool in the English Premier League. I believe I'm going to make it, he said. During the final match day, Group A winners KFA took on Group B runners Swallows in what promised to be a mouth-watering encounter. The game was even for the most part, and the two teams executed goals by their marksman Thomas Sakias, and a headed goal by Kavita Kavehungua gave KFA a 3-0 lead in the second half. Sakias completed his hat-trick and sent his team to the tournament's final. KFA ran out 4-0 winners to advance to the finals. The second semi-final match saw the defending champions Kasauna take on ACFA. Kasauna began the game strong. They had good combination plays in the first 15 minutes of the game, and their persistence earned them a penalty. But unfortunately, Kasauna failed to convert their penalty. They soon scored to give them the lead through Kambirongo Shinushiwa. ACFA trailed for most of the game, and just as it looked like Kasauna secured their place in the final, ACFA got a second in the 70th minute as a brace from Wesley Kovasep and goals from Junior Mwazi and Shane Smith sent ACFA to the finals as they ran away as 4-1 winners. The final between AFCA and KFA was an evenly matched contest between two well-organized teams. Chances were few and far between, and nothing could separate the two teams. However, ACFA took the lead in the second half of the game with a brilliant goal by Calmiro Antonio. KFA tried to push for an equalizer, but to no avail. ACFA ran out 1-0 winners and as the 2023 Bank Windhoek Ramblers Under-21 tournament champions. On behalf of the Ramblers Sport Club, we thank Bank Windhoek for supporting youth football by exposing players to scouting by team principals for their respective teams. We look forward to the next event in July 2023 in Oshakati, whereafter we will announce the format of the tournament for the 2024 season. Chairperson of the Ramblers Club, Cedric Vantura, said. Well, that brings us to the end of today's news edition. Please stick around for the rest of the show.
3, 2, 1.
Here we go!
Take a load off and tune into another episode of Brave Namibia, when we take a look at both ordinary and extraordinary Namibians sharing their stories. Brave Namibia is broadcasted on NTV Saturdays at 6:30 p.m. and 1up2.com, and broadcasted on the following Facebook platforms on Wednesday at 5:30 p.m. Republican, Allgemeine Zeitung, Namibian Sun, and all Namibia Media Holdings pages. For more information, contact the Brave team at brave@synergy.com.na. Brave Namibia, for the ordinary and extraordinary Namibians.
Welcome back, viewers. It's time for our We Interview, and in today's segment, we speak to Naneni Ipito, who is a 7-year-old who created a song on internet dangers. The song is meant to warn young children about the risk of using the internet at a young age, and the song is set to debut formally across all social media channels. The song is written by Marvi, produced by Eddie, and performed by Naneni. The song's 1 minute long and engaging lyrics, in the opinion of her manager and mother, Paulina Moses, are just right to hold young listeners' attention while keeping them from becoming disinterested. According to Moses, when it comes to addressing the elementary school demographic, there is always a gap. She says that a 7-year-old would prefer singing and dancing to listening to a speech or reading a lengthy article online, which is why the message is being sent to them through a song. Naneni is a devoted art enthusiast who spends a lot of time on YouTube watching craft tutorials before doing crafts at home. She has spent a year traveling the stunning island of Sri Lanka. She is also homeschooled, learning about various cultures, languages, and cuisines. So Naneni definitely has a lot to bring to the table and a lot to share. Let's have a look at the video.
Crazy Naneni. Internet danger. Where do I go? What do I do? If the world is at my fingertips. If the world is at my fingertips. Where do I go? What do I do? If the world is at my fingertips. If the world is at my fingertips. Mommy, can you help me please? I don't know what I need. Click, 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 click. Never share share personal information. Keep passwords private always. Don't download without permission. Permission. Mommy, can you help me please? Download what I need. Click. Don't talk to strangers. Don't share private pictures online. Parents should always observe what kids do online. Where do I go? What do I do? If the world is at my fingertips. If the world is at my fingertips. Where do I go? What do I do? Don't download without permission. Permission.
Welcome to What's Cooking, where culinary passion meets expert insights.
Somebody must really want to cook and want to cook good food.
Immerse yourself in the bustling world of professional kitchens as top chefs create mouth-watering dishes. Join us for in-depth interviews as our host explores the experiences and expertise of our guest chefs. Don't miss out. Tune in to What's Cooking on NTV every Friday at 2100 hours and let the culinary adventure begin.
Good morning, I'm Susan from Candles and More. I am the owner of Candles and More. Candles and More is existing since 2006. We started really small with just a little candle and gift shop, and then 2013 we expanded and started with a factory, meaning we produce every single candle in the shop by ourselves. As the name says, it's candles and more, so we're not just having candles, but we also have a lot of decor items, special decor items like the willow trees, the nostalgic art products. We also have Simply Be range, like the body products, so you also can have like a nice candle and a nice body product, body oil, body butter, face cream, honey bubble bath. Where you can really pick and choose a nice gift basket. That's what we basically are. Candle wise, we do scented candles and unscented candles, single colored, multicolored candles. We also do candle print and candle decor for special occasions. That's what Candles and More is about.
So I know you mentioned earlier that you have a candle factory as well, meaning that you manufacture the candles here yourself.
Yes, we manufacture all the candles here ourselves.
Can you just give us a little run through into what goes into actually manufacturing the candles, the process and so forth?
It's a long process to make a candle. It takes at least a day, depending on the size. The bigger the candle, the longer it takes. That's due for the wax has to cool down before you can get it out of the mold, and obviously the hotter it is, the longer it takes to cool down. Then you have the perfect wick, or you need a perfect wick. According to the size, you have to take the right thickness of the wick. Then we have scented candles, and we only use organic scent for the candles so that the people don't get headaches as you normally do with artificial scents in a candle.
I think that's a very interesting quality to add to candles, organic scents and not necessarily artificial scents. Would you say that is the one feature that makes Candles and More more special than your regular candles which you can find in larger shops and retails?
Yes, I think it makes them more unique. And of course the quality of the candle, they burn much longer. than the candles you can buy in the normal shops. So you really get quality for your money.
So I know it's candles and more, meaning it's not just candles. There's a lot more to the shop than just candles, and we can also see a lot of beautiful artifacts around. Can you just give us a run through what you basically, what's your biggest seller apart from the candles in Candles and More?
That's difficult to say because you get times where you sell a lot of the willow tree angels. Then you've got the Simply Be products. It's difficult. I can't say this is the big seller or that is the big seller. It depends on what people want. We've got it. We also have handmade soaps, I forgot to mention. Also with organic scents.
So I'm assuming there's quite a large market for Candles and More, and a lot of people are always after the organic products. Would you say that you're planning on expanding this business any further?
If I could, yes, I definitely would expand. What we also started is that we fill glass jars with wax for a candle. So people can either buy the jars here with a candle in and they burn the candle, and after that they bring it back and we do the refills. That's because I think we have to recycle more in these days and not just buy and throw away. So I try to encourage my clients to bring glass buckets, glass vases, whatever they have at home which are suitable for a candle and which they would like to have filled with wax, and then we fill them the whatever they bring, and they can reuse that glass jar over and over again.
Okay, thank you so much. That was quite insightful and quite interesting. Is there anything else that you would like to share with our viewers about Candles and More?
I think Candles and More is definitely worth popping in and have a look what we have. We try to accommodate every wish of of our clients, especially also candle printing and candle decor. We are situated at the old power station in the Southern Industrial Area, Armstrong Street. We've got ample parking space, safe parking space. It's very easy accessible. Even the elderly people who have difficulties to walk, or even wheelchair people, are more than welcome to have and to pop in and have a look what we've got.
Thank you.
To another exciting episode of Irongo Talk.
Jou liedjes die weer en vertel ook vir julle waar die vis julle moontlik kan byt.
It's the beginning of a new month and this weekend is brimming with events. This whole weekend, the Between a Rock and Hard Place Festival takes place at the Spitskoppe with performances by both local and international acts. On Friday, as of 3, the RTK Fair hosts their Schools Are Closed competition at the Dutch Reformed Church in Eros. At 6, John Rock Prophet performs at Gordon Fang Restaurant in Walvis Bay. And at 7, SA's Bobby van Jaarsveld performs at the Dutch Reformed Church in Pioneers Park with Natasha van der Merwe opening. At 7, Gaza teams up with the Namibia National Symphony Orchestra to bring together a variety of music genres, and at the same time there's a Johnny Cash tribute concert at the Tsumeb Golf Club. On Saturday at 8 a.m. there's a farmers market at the Windhoek Showgrounds until 1 o'clock, and at 9 there's a potjie course competition at Kamp Vrede in support of the Black Rhino Protection Fund. At the same time, a winter festival market and barn dance takes place at the tannery at Elisenheim until late. Also at 9 a.m, the Kleine Cooper Neighborhood Watch hosts a community braai at the Lifestyle Centre parking area until 1. At 10, the Almay party venue outside Okahanya hosts a Potjie Kos competition, and at 4, the South African singer and actress Natasha van der Merwe launches her latest music at Out of Nature Country Lodge. At 6, the FNB Ungwediva Whiskey Show takes place in the Queen's Hall at the Trade Fair Centre, and at the same time, John Rock Prophet performs at the Vintage Pub and Grill in Windhoek in support of Justice for Animals. At 7, there's a comedy night at the Windhoek Country Club featuring SA's Skulk Poseidonhout. At the same time, SA's Matthijs Roots performs at the Atlantic Villa Guesthouse in Swakopmund. Also at 7, there's a Johnny Cash tribute concert at the Otjiwarongo Swart Hak Kraal. So there's loads to pick and choose from. Have lots of fun.
Well, that brings us to the end of our We Talk edition for this week. I'm, of course, Patricia Tanapo. That was our We interview with Naneni Ipito, our We recommend, and, of course, our weekend guide, We Chill. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you, and stay tuned for next week.